Welcome, I'm Elizabeth Harper. I'm thrilled that you've joined me on numerologist.com. I'm here with this week's angel messages. So what I'd love you to do is place your hands over your heart. I've got my heart right here. Place your hands over your heart, just like angel wings. Invite your angels to guide you to a message that will support your inner child. A message that comes from their heart to yours. What you can also do is stop the video and then move your cursor along until you intuitively come to a place where you're guided by your angels, and right there is an extra message from your angels, your guides. All right, you ready? Okay. So we have 3 cards from the Inner Child deck. I'm just going to shuffle them around. See if you can intuit which one is for number 1. Okay, so let's see. Actually, it feels like this one. And this one is Rapunzel. So these cards, they can connect with some of the fairy tales, and they're tarot cards. So in the regular deck, the Tower card is often seen struck by lightning. The tower is struck by lightning and there's all kinds of things falling out of the tower. But in here, it's a story of Rapunzel, and Rapunzel, she is locked up in a tower by an enchantress, and she has a long braid that she can throw out for this soulmate, her soulmate, essentially, to climb up. So what this is saying is that, with the Tower card, there's change. So in your life right now, there's a lot of change. But because of that braid that can be put out of the window and your soulmate can climb up it, or maybe the ideas can be there, can come to you, or maybe there is more power that you have around this change than you realize. So sometimes we think that we are locked up in a particular pattern, that we have no choices, that there's only this way we can go, that we must have done something wrong in order for this to happen, and it's just not true. We can have many different choices, we can go many different directions. It's just that sometimes we get locked in this idea that there's only this way of doing things. So for Rapunzel, it's about being locked up in this tower, and the only way for her to connect with this person is by throwing down the braid. But maybe there are other options there. Maybe there was another way of doing that. Maybe he could come up with a different idea. Of course, it's not part of that story, but it can be part of your story, that you can brainstorm other ideas and move beyond something that seems to have you locked in a particular pattern or in a particular way of thinking, or thinking that there's only one way to do this. The Tower comes up when transformation is coming, when it's part of your life. And it's not always easy, that transformation. But in the Tarot, as far as I'm concerned, the Tower is one of the biggest healing cards. I love this card because it means that change is there, and you may have been stuck, and now the universe is saying, no more. You're not going to be stuck anymore. We're going to move this out. We're going to open the door. And I always imagine a big door opening up and light coming through, streaming through that door. And that's what's happening for you. There's a big, huge door opening up. Light is waiting for you. And that light is enlightenment. That light is information. That light is a new beginning. So your angels, your guides, the universe is saying there is a new beginning for you. You can open this door. There's a new way, new ideas that are coming. There's a new approach that will support and help you and guide you towards this new door. So lots of new things for you as long as you have this open mind and don't get stuck and thinking, oh no, I can't do this, because you totally can. All right. Okay. Number 2. Let's see what number 2 is. Shuffle these cards around. All right. Number 2 feels like this one. Did you get that? Okay. So this is the 8 of Hearts. So the 8 of Hearts may be the 8 of Cups in the regular tarot. But this looks so much prettier than the 8 of Cups, because the 8 of Cups normally, it would be that you're looking for something that you've got everything together and there's something that's missing. But in this particular card, when you look at it, there's a male and female mermaid. I love that. And then their fins, their tails together create this butterfly. So we have that symbol of change again right there. And then they create this beautiful music together, and the music is moving on the waves. So beautiful. So that energy, that this card is saying that harmony is there, that you are creating harmony. And you know, this is a figure 8. When you look at this, it's the infinity sign with the figure 8, and the two of them are creating that. And they are creating this music together. So I feel that part of this is about harmony that's in your life, things coming into balance, this recognition as well, especially with the water there, the recognition that sometimes it can be emotional times in our lives. It's not always easy. We just have to ride the waves of those emotions when they come up and when they're calm. It's all part of our education. It's all part of learning, right? Within this card, there is that male and female balance. And when you get out of balance, when you go more into the male or more into the female, so more into the female might be more emotional, more intuitive even. It's not saying those things are wrong at all. But the masculine side can be very practical and very grounded, and can be maybe detail oriented as well. So if you've got one that is overpowering the other, then it can put you out of balance. And it can mean that the oceans, the emotions, maybe that harmony in relationships in particular might not be there. And that relationship can be with other people, and it can be with yourself. So I see that energy of balance as finding a place where you are using both your intuition, where you are connecting with your emotions in a very balanced way, and you're also connecting with your intellect, which is very much that masculine side as well, left brain. So the intellect is there too, and your intuition is there, so it's balancing the two out. Your emotional self and your mental state balancing itself out. Maybe that going with the flow is the female, and maybe that groundedness is the male, but it's finding balance between them. So right now you have that balance. So your angels are saying the balance is there. It's a very fluid situation, I would say. So it's finding your place in that flow of energy. And when you look at this card, there's this beautiful sun right there. The light is there. And there's all this beautiful music that is moving out as well. The harmony that is moving out, being in tune. So the light is coming in for you. So it's saying that you are enlightened, but it's also saying that there's nothing hidden beneath the surface, that you are seeing everything as it truly is. That's my feeling with that. You're seeing everything as it truly is. If there's something that is missing, then look for it. Ask your soul, what am I missing? Ask your guides and angels, what am I missing right now? And see what comes up for you. I feel like there's something else with this as well. This sense of balance and this sense of relationship. It feels almost as if maybe what's missing in your life is relationship. And it could be relationship with yourself, or it could be relationship with someone else who balances you. But you have to find that balance within yourself first before you can attract that reflection. Otherwise, you get an imbalance in the reflection. That's it. I felt like that's what was missing. All right, that was perfect actually, because usually that card's about something that's missing. Okay, number 3. Your card is Seeker of Swords, and this is the Scarecrow. If you've ever watched The Wizard of Oz, the Scarecrow is you can see the yellow brick road right there. The Scarecrow wants to ask the Wizard of Oz for a brain. So the Scarecrow in this particular image is looking for direction. So which way are we going to go? We're going to go that way, we're going to go the other way, and doesn't know which way to go. But the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz had more mental capacity and intellect than he gave himself credit for. So I feel with this that it's saying that you know which way to go. If there's a decision that needs to be made, you know the right course of action. We usually do. It's just that we deny it. We want maybe for there to be another option, or maybe we want somebody else to tell us which is the right move to make, which is the right decision to make, because we can be afraid. We can fear making the wrong decision. But there's no point fearing it. There's no point worrying about it, because when you worry about it, it just creates even more turmoil and chaos. Instead, when there's a decision to make, for myself particularly, I feel into it. I feel into this. Of course, these are swords, and swords are usually the mental. It's usually making your mind up and using your intellect. But I feel it's important, especially as there's 2 swords, I feel it's important to use your intuition. And this week it seems to be a lot about balance, finding the balance. So balancing your intellect, balancing your intuition, using those 2 streams of consciousness to support you in your decision making. So personally, what I do is I feel into decisions, and I feel into, does this feel heavy? Does this feel light? Does this feel freeing? Does this feel restrictive? I don't think about intellectually how these decisions will pan out. I move beyond that into the future of how my life would look if I made this particular choice, and then just get a sense intuitively of how it would feel for me, what would change in my life. Would I be happy with this, or does it weigh me down? And that's always helped me to look at decisions that way, to feel into them. So if you have a decision to make, then just see if you can feel into it and see what happens for you. Of course, it might be that you need to go with your intellect. Don't fight that. Go with what is right for you. When I look into this as well, it's also, again, knowing that you're making the right choices. Your angels are letting you know that you are making the right choices, not to doubt it. That whatever choice you make, your angels are with you, they're right behind you, supporting you, cheering you on, etc. And you need to know that the choice that you make will lead you down a path of experience, and that's the whole point, is about having experiences in this lifetime. I want to say one more thing about this. The Scarecrow in here, these flowers are all around the Scarecrow, and those flowers to me about growth. So it's saying that there's a lot of growth at the moment for you. There's growth opportunities for you. Don't feel trapped by the fence, the yellow brick road. That yellow energy is your solar plexus, and of course the Emerald City, again, if you know about the Wizard of Oz, to me is the heart. It's the heart chakra. So it's saying that maybe there's a choice now to release your fear, get out from behind the defenses that you have, and move along that path towards your heart, toward your heart energy, and that's your feeling place. What is it you most desire? I feel that's part of the message as well, to connect with your desires. Do be sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the next video now, and of course I have a wonderful angel and guide course that will support you, help you to connect to your guides and angels, and awaken that light within you. I will see you next week. Lots of angel blessings to you.